Good morning. This is the 13th of April 2026, and you're watching Apex Brotherhood. This is London Live, and I'm Evan Barn. Unfortunately, today we ain't got Sam with us. Don't know what he's doing, but he said he couldn't make it today or tomorrow, so wish him all the best, whatever he's doing. This is where I was picking up from Friday. This is my new 100 to a K challenge account. This is with Vantage. Just show you that there's been no previous trades on this account. So this is the account that I'll be using in the challenge with Scott. I do have a trade open on Euro USD, but it's not on this account. I just wanted to show you that the account is now open. The account's live. It's had no trades on it. So when the market seems to pick up, I'll start trading this account, and we'll see how it goes between our little competition between me and Scott. But now I'm going to make this one disappear like that, and you're going to see that for a little while until I can share the trade that I'm in. This is a trade I'm in, Euro USD. I've been in a little bit, as you can see. I got in late. I all marked it out, but I got in a little late. Basically, that was just me getting occupied with something else on the in between, and I got too carried away with what I was doing and sort of missed the entry from there. I thought I'd wait for a bounce, but you're never actually guaranteed to get a bounce. But look at that gap. Woke up this morning and the gap is 63.9 pips. So if you were going long, you've probably just been unfortunately took out with some negative slippage if you had your stop just under structure here. I fortunately closed all my trades come Friday, and I want willing to hold it over the weekend. So this is what I'm here talking about today, this trade. I already took it a bit earlier on, like I just said. Kind of stuck without Sam because I can't bounce off no one. So what I'm going to do is wait for chat to build up a little bit. I can see somebody's already in. Oh, Scott's in. Good evening, Scott. Sigma FX. Hope you're well this morning. Hope you enjoyed your holiday. I think you're still on it. I'm not sure. When are you actually home? Are you home now? Did you come home over the weekend? If you are already home, I hope you enjoyed your weekend. MGN is in. Good morning, my friend. How's you? Let us know, MGN, if you're trading today, and if you are, what you're trading. Same as you, Scott. Let us know what you're trading, or let us know what you got your eye on. I was having a look at the markets this morning. I didn't like it. I wasn't even really going to take this trade. The vol seems to have dropped or peaked like oil. I don't have oil up at the minute. I'm sort of slacking. I had a good weekend. I was recovering from last week. I had a good weekend, just basically not doing nothing apart from trying to program a new bot, which you're actually seeing now. It's not, well, it is live, but it's not going to take a trade because I'm already in it. It's not the one that the bot took. It's just something that I'm sort of working on. I've got about 5 bots that I'm working on at the minute. I've got some that are actually up and running where I can actually leave them running, and then there's some that I've kind of got inspired but in different ways to actually trade the market. So I've actually put those ways into different bots, and this is one of them. I don't know if you can actually read the screen, but we'll go into that. We'll go into that a bit later. So for 2 hours, I do not know what I'm going to talk about because I don't do fundamentals. I could do. I mean, at the minute, I'm sort of trading NAS. Let me just make that a little bit better. NAS has even dropped. So on indices, maybe all of them. I think I looked this morning, but I think that every single one of them is just exactly looking the same way. And this is US 30, so that dropped, but that seems to be recovering a hell of a lot better than some of the rest of them. So maybe I should have took that trade. Let's go to UK 100. I don't know what's happened there. UK 100. Oh yeah, this is didn't I open this with Sam on Wednesday last week? And there you go, I told you I keep forgetting things. Opened this as a trade on Wednesday last week because I drew the support and resistance levels out. See, I just totally forgot about that. None of you in chat reminded me I had a fake open trade up, but look at that. It took quite a while to get there, but we are in profit, or at least we would be if we was in the trade. But look, what was that? 1, 2, 3. Then we've had a weekend, and now we're on the 4th day. So it took 4 days to get there. That's kind of tragic for waiting for that. But we are on the hour. The hourly time frame. So yeah, I'd been in drawdown for quite a while. That had been quite stressful on psychology, whether it was going to come back or not. Especially seeing that it was going down, and then we made a higher high than the previous lower high. And it carried on going down, and I think that it still might. So that was a trade that I would have took if I wouldn't have already been in a trade, but I don't think I'd have took it on the hour because I wouldn't have been able to have done nothing else. That would have been me since Wednesday. I'd have just been stuck in that trade. So that was that. I just kind of found that's mad. I've had this on a different monitor, so it's not behaving. I have to keep refreshing the chart. So this is US 500. I've normally got a bot on, as you can see at the bottom. I've just not turned it on because we're on Monday and there's no point in having the bot working while it is weekend because it can't do nothing. So yeah, everyone's gapped. The market's just probably bouncing back slightly. As in for indices at this present moment, I probably won't even get in just to ride it. The markets aren't really interesting at the minute. So that's basically your rundown on indices. Now it's happening. It just dropped and it's now recovering. So same as Euro USD really, and probably some of the other major pairs have all probably done the same. I know oil has done the opposite. Sam's the one for gold. I haven't even looked at gold. Let me just see if I can pull a chart up that not necessarily you can see. But let's look at gold. Yeah, gold's gapped down actually, and now that's kind of recovering. So oil's up, gold's down, not by much. Actually, oil's up, but overall it's still down. It's probably still trying to close the gap from the previous drop. So and close that tab. So yeah, no, that's not really doing it. The markets aren't really great on a Monday, especially after a weekend and it gaps significantly like it has. But at least I'm in profit now. I was taking a little bit of drawdown, but I mean that just comes with the game, doesn't it really? At least it never went straight to stop loss. MGN is saying no trades for him. No trades for me today. I'm still on. Yep. I ain't even going to try and pronounce that word. What's citrus? It ain't even got an hour, but yeah, I placed one in there. You do know I didn't go to school, bud. So if I'm reading this, I'm like doing really well. But place a trade sometime later this month. This month? Are you really swinging that like that? I don't mean swinging like that. Damn, gotta watch what you say on here, innit? But I thought you was a intraday trader. I didn't think you was a swing trader. Right, learn something every day. And I missed the message you sent before. Had a rough weekend. I died lol. Had a rough weekend. Crashed out completely on Sunday. Still recovering. Well, that's it, innit? You party hard and you recover even harder. But what else? What else can you do in life? You've got to enjoy it, mate. If you don't enjoy it, all you're gonna do is just take it too seriously. And you can't take life too seriously because none of us are getting out alive. I never do. Never, since school, mate, honestly. I'm not even telling you what I was like at school. I wasn't even there. That's what I was like at school. My education came on the streets, not like the people say I'm from the streets and shit, but my education was on the streets. All I did was twag, never really went to school. So, as in for an education, I kind of learned, let's say the hard way, but by the old timers. So I probably got a better education not going to school than I would have going to school. Because school never really interested me. But I still did alright. So that goes to prove you don't actually need school. Well, you need some sort of schooling, but not necessarily what they're trying to teach you. Anyway, them days are long gone now. So we're trading now, from school to trading. That's kind of a big leap, and kind of doing well as well. So yeah, to all the teachers that said I want a med now, anyway, this is what's happening in the markets. It's kind of boring, really boring. Trading's boring, especially when you're on your own and you're looking at the charts and you're looking for something to do, but then you want to keep your eye on the charts because you don't want to miss any entries that you've got. I've set alarms before and missed them, so it's kind of hit and miss with me and my attention span with trading. Don't necessarily like watching every single candle, but yet can't necessarily draw myself away because I'll miss something. So yeah, apart from that, now what's happening in the markets, chat should liven up a little bit in a bit. Maybe a lot of people are going to join in maybe a bit later on. Can get the chat lively. If there's anything that anybody wants me to have a look at, bit like Sam, I'll take his little job over. I'll actually put it in and have a look to see what it's doing. In fact, I might just pick me coffee up and drink that. I might just pick a pair that I'm not on and do it like this. So because most people know that I'm a support and resistance trader, I might as well just talk you through how I actually line up the charts. So I'd start on the monthly, and considering this is US 500, it's like, damn, there's like no other structure to actually bounce off. That's not going to work. So then moved on to the weekly, and again, it's making me think that I should have invested in this like years ago. Do you reckon it'd carry on, or do you reckon the minute I get in it's just going to come down here? And there was a little word that I didn't say then, only through politeness, but I'd probably want to get in down here, but it'll never get there because I'll wait for it. But as soon as I get in, that'll be it. So everyone stick a a pending order here, and I'll let you know when I'm going to buy in. But I meant like as an invest. So that's not good. Let's go on the daily. Should we just forget US 500? This ain't working at all. It's not working at all. Absolutely. This is the time frames where I would have placed the support and resistance, but it's just skyrocketed since the day it was born probably, and it's just not even looked back since, apart from this little correction that we've had here. And this could be like the warning sign of major catastrophe, but I doubt it. This was a big pullback. What was that one? 1,287. And what have we just done? So from the top. Yeah, nowhere near 682. Got a long way to go yet. That's if it was going to beat it or even equal it. Alright, let's go on to a 12-hour time frame. Let's go on to a 4-hour time frame. Oh my god, this structure is like a nightmare. No wonder for the minute, no wonder I let the bot trade it. Let's pick another. Or what I would be looking at. Yeah, let's pick another. I ain't ever gonna try and tell you that I probably would have done. One there. Probably one there. And one there. Should I do it? It's gonna take like weeks to play out. And I'm on a go horizontal line. Let's make it visible. Yeah, that's definitely visible. So I place it something like that. As it's come down, it's tested, and shot up. And this morning we've actually opened up below, but managed to push its way back up. So basically, what I'd be looking for now is a nice little retest again of this zone, which I don't know if it had even come close now, to be honest with you. But if it did, I'd be looking for a nice arrow, thank you very much. A nice test of this support line, and then a rejection, at least bullish engulfing from the last previous candle. Don't really care how many candles that it actually covers, just as long as it's a bullish formation. And then I'd enter with my stop loss round about here. So on that one, and that one is, we are on, oh, we come down that far, we're on the 10-minute time frame. But normally I'd be doing this on the daily time frame, monthly time frame, 4-hour, and then that'd probably be about it. I won't even go doing what I'm kind of doing now on the 10-minute time frame. They're just kind of noise. Even on the 10-minute time frame, it'll still support and resistance levels. They don't hold as good as they do on the monthly, the daily, and the 4-hour. 4-hour, surprising. They're about as good as the daily. And I don't know where that horizontal line went. Bosh. Make that visible. Would I put it there? Yeah. Not really bothered about the spikes. I won't put it there. I like to put it up against the bodies, because that's where price ended up. the wicks are only where price went, so that'd be classed to me as just a wick out, another wick out, another one, and then down. So that wouldn't be any sort of indication that it had broke through and we was about to go through and retest again. I don't always look for a break and retest. Sometimes I will just enter on the break, which is kind of a little bit more risky, but I mean, if anyone's done the odds on that, I'd probably say that's probably nigh on 50-50 too. Probably not exactly 50-50 or a coin flip, but yeah, I'd wait until it gives some sort of confirmance that it was actually going to stay above the line. Obviously we know that we've drawn lines like this before. It's broke, it's come back, it's tested, and then just failed. I mean, you just take the rough with the smooth with that. That would have caught a lot of people out. It would have caught me out. It would have caught me out on the initial break. It would have caught me out on the retest. There's nothing you can do about that. That's just take it as a loss and move on for that one, or see what it does again in a couple of days, because you can trade both sides of this. As you can see though, this 10 minute has kind of held quite well. Same with this one, apart from the open today. So yeah, I'm quite hopeful. I can see that that's kind of coming down now. Whether that will actually during the day actually come back to retest this, or it's going to hold some sort of support round about here, because you can go a little bit mad doing the support and resistance, and you'll end up like with millions of lines all over your chart. Basically, I just like to try and stick to the major support and resistance. I may try an intraday trade or scalp during an intraday trade, which then I would actually start going down lower time frames and drawing out the support and resistance. A minimum of about 3 touches, if I can get any more, a bit like this one as well. So if I can get any more touches and it's in a reasonable area, I'll use that one too. So as you can see, not brilliant, but try and get as many touches or as many close touches as you possibly can, and that just adds to the confluence that it's hopefully going to hold or bounce. So we're in a range now. We've been in a range obviously since Thursday then, isn't it? So if that's Thursday, that's Friday, this is today. Yeah, so about one and a quarter days. It's not necessarily a full day from the top before it skyrocketed. So we've been in a range for a while. Don't look that bad actually to try and take one from there, but I mean, you're going to be looking at a stop of, again, that's not that bad because we're on the smaller time frame, so 16 pips. So if you're normally a trader that's got 20-25 pip stop, that's not that bad, but to actually sit at the top, that's even if it makes it that far, it's only 17 pips. So I mean, damn, you probably get a 1. You get a 1-to-1 out of that if you was lucky. That's if you was lucky getting in now when it didn't actually come back. Actually, price is down here, not up there. Ready. Monday morning and I'm asleep. I'm forgetting that and I'm trading this. Wow. But anyway, that was the range. I might as well leave that there. Now it's come back to this one then, isn't it? I don't even like that one. It's kind of doing something there though. Let's place one. Place one there. That's about right. It's ducking. I got a few taps. Got a few taps on that one. So now let's tally that up. So now if it breaks this, go in there, you got 28 pips. 27, 20, 28. You got about 28 pips. At the minute, your USD, I've just noticed, is going up, so let's just flick back to that. So that's not doing that bad now. Euro USD is picking up. Maybe it'll close the gap altogether, but it did fall through what I placed as support or resistance. Obviously it's resistance when it's below it and it's support when it's above. I thought that it might actually just bounce and carry on going up, but it didn't. So we'll have to see how that actually plays out, whether it's actually just going to ignore it and go straight back through it, or whether it's going to start respecting it, bounce, and then go up or down. I mean, no one really knows. But at the minute, I am only 30p a pip. Be quiet. I'm only 30p a pip, and I am 3.90 up for just broke for £4. So if I wanted to make it more interesting, I'd cover that up, and I'd say I was 400 up, but I just would neglect to mention the word pennies. So I'm 400 pence up to make it sound more better. But again, this is my 100 to 1,000 challenge with Scott. This is that account which I'm still trading, still going to try it, I'm still going to do it. So I'm going to take this one and the other one up to 1,000, and the one that I just showed you this morning. I didn't really want to trade it this morning though. After I saw the markets when they opened up, they want that. They weren't looking that good. It's easy to pronounce. It's easy to pronounce. It's hiatus, is it? Nice. I'll look that word up because I can't even remember what it is. I don't even think I ever knew. What is it? You might as well tell me. I won't look it up. Just tell me. What's that word? What's it mean? It means a pause or a break. Okay. Too intellectual for me, bro. When you said you crashed, I understood that. Definitely. Yeah, done that plenty of times. And I can see in the Wilds trades in. Good morning to you, bud. How are you? Are you trading anything this morning, or was you shocked as me when you saw everything just going silly? Actually, this trade that I'm in now on Euro USD, I'm actually going for a 1.69. Probably won't get there because I'm going to start trailing my stop loss soon. But there's not enough structure there to be able to. It'll probably hit it before I could even move my stop loss. Or do you reckon I should just go for it and just trail my stop loss anyway? But I don't know. I'm just under £4 up at the minute, which, to be honest with you, a £4 win on £100 account, or at least even an £150 account, it's quite a decent win up to this point. But I'm just going to let it ride. I'm gonna let it ride for today, and we can watch what happens. It is Monday morning, and I ain't even woke up yet, and I'm already trading. So I'm already trading with sleep in my eyes. Let's see how good Monday morning trading is. So I kind of wish now that I sort of knew sort of fundamentals and stuff. I can't even talk about the news because I don't even trade that. I don't trade the news as in trading the news. I'll be in before the news, and if there is news, sometimes I won't get out. It all depends. Now I've kind of learned if Trump's speaking that they'll probably get out. But other than that, I don't get out because I'm normally finding myself, especially with the bots and everything that's programmed in the way that I'm trading anyway, I'm normally going in that direction 9 times out of 10. Don't take that as a literal bracket of I'm only wrong once. It's a saying we've got. It just means I'm right more times than I'm wrong. It doesn't literally mean 9 times out of 10. Just for anyone that's either watching this back or sat there watching this now, thinking that I can trade 10 trades and only lose 1. I mean, I've done more than that, but as a rule of thumb, I'm still sort of positive in my wins to losses now. But as in 10 straight trades and only lose 1 and then another 10, nah, I can't. I'm not that good. Not yet. I think my highest win streak is about 17 wins in a row, something like that. And then I took a couple of losses, which actually I took full losses out of that. So 17 wins in a row might sound alright, but the actual 3 or 4 losses that probably followed that ate into that quite well, because they'll have been full stops. But yeah, no, I hope you're alright this morning in the Wilds trades. And it says I'm waiting to see if a setup presents itself. Exactly, I was doing that this morning, especially when I saw it open, and I was like, wow, I'm on in a couple of hours, and I ain't even going to trade today. I didn't think I was going to trade today, but I looked at this, and this was like the only... At that point, this was the only thing that I thought I'd punt at. Because it's got more participants in the market, being Euro USD. It's one of the most it is the most highest traded forex pair. So I thought I might have a little bit more luck just based on that alone. So I looked at the chart, drew the resistance out, or at least I did this one. I don't know if these was already open. So I drew this resistance out after it had dropped and sort of did some squiggles. Can't really call it. It is structure, but it's just not anything that you're bothered about. It's not anything that I'm bothered about anyway. Being a support and resistance trader, it's not actually... All of this is pretty much just noise. So I've traded noise and at least kind of in profit. So I've done quite well, considering I'm not trading anything in particular. There's no concept rate much in this trade. It was just I'm going to have to probably do something because it's Monday and I'm on live soon. So I'm like, let's do something. I've got to show something instead of just showing a chart and telling you that the place is gapped everywhere and that there's now to trade. But basically, that's exactly what it is this morning. Everything just seems the same. If you're making money out of this, then well done. Definitely well done. Because it could have done anything from at this point. It could have even dropped down to further support zones that were even lower than actually trying to struggle to get back. It could have just collapsed. Yeah. So anyone that's making some good money from this morning's open, well done. I don't know who's pushing this up, but if you want to push it up a little bit more, I'd be grateful. And then I'll probably move my stop loss somewhere just over break even, maybe about there. I don't even think I fancy that because that's sort of a resistance area as well. That's barely under support. So it's not really doing now. It looks like it's coming back anyway. You watch it come back and tag my stop loss. But it's creating higher highs. We are on the 5 minute on this as well. Trading the 5 minute, and I don't like lower time frames. So yeah, you're probably going to watch the 5 minute kick my butt unless I get scared on the 5 minute and think I don't want to lose pounds and move to just over break even. Which, to be honest with you, I probably would actually do, and I might, not because I'm scared. It's only a couple of quid. I'm only kidding. But I might actually just still follow the plan. Still might as well. Do I want to? Yeah, why not? So I'll move to about 30 or a quid. Is that a quid? Or 3 quid up. Yeah, I'll leave that there. So I'll give it £2 odd wiggle room. So if I get took out, I take Summit, which I was saying that to Sam anyway. I might as well still follow the plan instead of just trying to just let it run and mess up a trade that I probably would have trailed anyway. So that's probably where I'd be. The bots I don't know why I'm doing it. Yeah, oh, that's a good guess. 3 pips, bang on. And I tell the bots to move to break even plus a buffer, and the buffer's 3 pips. So there you go. You can see I'm eyeballing my own system almost to a T too. Sometimes I scare myself, but it looks like it's going to carry on going up. This looks like a nice little wick to the upside. How long have we got left in that candle? 2 minutes. So it can do anything, to be honest with you, on the 5 minute. That it can end up being a bear. There you go. Can end up being a bear candle. But yeah, and that's it. And what we done? Oh, not bad. I ain't done too bad. 43 minutes. I done 43 minutes and pretty much told you nothing. So that's awesome. Let's see if we can do another 43 minutes and tell you some more. Oh, come on, we've got to have a laugh, haven't we? It's Paulie in. Is Paulie in at all? Come on, Paulie. You've got to join us, mate. It's Monday morning. He's still in bed. He's like, he knows what the market's done. He's like, I'm getting out of bed this morning. But yeah, that's it. Unless anyone's got anything to look up or anything like that, or they've got anything to comment for me to look at. Paulie is in. Good morning, Paulie. I keep seeing other comments and missing others. Morning, my mate. Just accused you of still being in bed, but no, you sat there. Here you are. I'm back. Someone sneaking in. Flip my mic. Can you hear me now? I can see my mic's working now. I don't know what the hell happened there. I didn't touch it, but it seemed to change the channel. Do you like? I don't know, because I can't see how much you can see on this thing, but I got a new mic over the weekend. Will it follow me? Yes. So I got a new mic over the weekend, so I've been trying it out. But I don't know if you can, all I can see is like this part of the mic. A good morning, unbiased trader. Thank you very much for your comment. Definitely try. That's all I can say. Are you looking out this morning? Or are you just like everybody else looking at this thinking, what the hell is going on? Yeah, cheers MG. Cheers for letting us know that you couldn't hear me. What was the last thing you heard me say? What was the last thing you heard me say? But yeah, no, cheers for letting us know. I didn't even notice the mic on bobbing up and down on the screen. But no, something had changed. One of the settings had auto changed. I say auto changed. I didn't change it. I hadn't even touched it. I hadn't even in the settings. But yeah, it changed to a different setting. But this does look like it's coming back, and it looks like it's hopefully only going to come back to about here. Yeah. I'm looking at that and I was going to say something. I ain't even going to say it now. Because I'll probably get it wrong anyway. Because I don't trade like that. But cheers for letting us know that I'm back again and that I went off. I was talking about Sam not being here and having no one to bounce off and having just to talk about charts that look like that. It's like, that's terrible. So you're going to probably wait until about Wednesday before there's any structure back in the market. I know there's previous structure, but that price action has already happened. Oh, you leave me alone. So, we're in this trade. And for anyone that's just joining us, it's Euro USD. I am trading the 5-minute time frame, and I'm not a lower time frame trader. I do like seeing people trade the lower time frames, just like Sam. His entrances was awesome last week. He had a couple of losses, but I mean that's his sort of stats. We'd have to work out whether he actually took full losses or he listened and he trailed his stop loss or even took partials. I am actually quite a firm believer in taking partials, especially when the market's as unpredictable it is these days and with trailing stop loss. So once actually the price moves away for a reasonable distance away from break even, whatever that is to you, everyone's different, but whatever that is to you, move it to just over stop loss and then you can just walk away and it's a free trade after that. But if you do get taken out, you get taken out with a little bit of profit. That's if you've not actually literally set it as a trailing stop loss. So now basically I could, as some people know, I like to go out on a morning and get my morning coffee. At this point is where I'd stand up and I'd just leave. I'd either probably check on it via my phone or not, and just check on it when it came back. sometimes it surprises you because I could sit here until 12 o'clock and it'd still be there. Obviously, I don't mean that literally, but it'd still be there. Or I could go get a coffee, and price would be up here somewhere. Price would be up here for getting a coffee in like 40 minutes, 40 50 minutes round trip, something like that. Or I could sit here for 40 50 minutes, and it just flatline. So I mean, I don't know if anybody else finds trading exactly the same way, but if it's like toast. You watch it; it takes forever. You blink and it's on fire. It's crazy. It is, and I'm not sure if many people would get that reference to toast. Let us know if you do. Yeah, if there's anything I can look at, cheers. So you did miss everything I said about Sam. Not that I was talking, you know what I mean. So considering that I probably want Ed talking about Sam, and now there's me saying I was talking about Sam. Sam, I wasn't saying that about you, really, mate. Unbiased trader is short on Bitcoin. You know, I think in a way I am too. Let me just have a look. I am. I'm in a bigger short than you, though. Bet you I'm in a bigger short than you. I'm gonna. I can't even fit it on the screen. Let me show you unbiased what I've got, what I've done, and stuff. Right, now I've got to go back here. So you're all gonna see that. You're all gonna see that Rebel Trader logo again. He's thinking of going long on DAX. My view. So let me just look at. Have I got DAX up? I ain't got DAX up. I know exactly what you're talking about, but my brain's dead, mate, on this Monday morning. What German pair is that? It's German 100 or German Summit? What is it? I don't even think I've got it as a tab. But yeah, I have traded it. German 40. Yeah, I knew it was. I ain't got it up. Wonder why I ain't got it up, because I do trade that. I'll have a look in a minute. I'll have a look in a minute for that. I bet it's just the same as everything else. Let me... Because this is what I've been looking at some other stuff. Will it actually come up like that? Yeah. So I didn't even have it on. Let's go back to that. Along on that, I mean, you've seen the gaps. This is like trading. This is like trading Tesla and stuff. And Google. The gaps in the market everywhere. And like, wish it'd stop doing that. Like almost every bloody day there's either gaps up or gaps down. It's terrible trying to work out what you're going to do with that when it's like that. But if I was anybody, I would have got in last week on Meta. Don't know whether that's going to drop or not, but that'd have been a nice little punt, I suppose. Not that now it's guaranteed. Now where's that new tab gone? DAX. Did you say he was going long? Yes. Yeah, why not? I don't know whether I'd be in long, if you know what I mean. For long, going long. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably do it by the end of this candle, maybe. I won't take it too far though. You're looking at 215 points to that, to 451. Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's a good support area under here. I know people draw boxes, and I suppose I could myself. Like that, and then move it. So people draw it something like that. I hate doing that like that. So I won't have that there. It'd be more like that for me. You could either go long on there, because I'm actually looking at it on the hour. So even though on the hour that's actually a good bull candle on the hour, but it necessarily don't mean that it won't turn the next hour. It hasn't totally closed that gap. So for a trade because of the way that it's opened, visually I won't lie, we're into a new hour candle now. It's just opened. Visually I won't like it. Let's drop to the 5 minute. Yeah, I'd trade it on a lower time frame. I'd still probably want to be looking here. 182 pips. But I'd want to know what it was doing around this area. From here to present. If I want in a trade, I'd probably take that weir. But what I'd be looking for now is a close above here, and I'd either get in on the close above here and keep the stop loss reasonably tight. In fact, I'll fake trade it. I'm in a trade and it's only 270, so I'm pretty much nearly out of that. I've only got like a quid summit. I've only got a quid summit for that because I've moved the stop loss. Risk to reward on buy. I'll place it here because I don't know that candle, how big that candle's going to be, and I'll look for that. So I'll look for a 1.5. Normally I'd place my stop loss there. Nice little bit of room. Nice little bit of room away from the make it a little bit more tighter, but we've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes left in this candle. I'd really want to know what that candle was going to do from this point. But yeah, no, I kind of like what you were thinking about going long now. I might even say that I'd get in on the break on this one and just probably go for it long haul, because it is actually picking up in volume as well. So yeah, I'd probably go for the long haul. We're looking about that, so it's about a 1.7. Well, let's go with that. And oh, here you go. Now you're looking at NQ. What the fuck's NQ? Dude, you're catching me off back foot on in the morning. I'm actually gonna get rid of this for now. I'll keep it on that, but I'll get rid of that. And I'll share my BT trade. There you go. There's my BTC trade. It's not live, but it's something that I put on because I was looking at it, because I do actually trade BTC, but I was doing this on a higher time frame. But you definitely won't have a risk to reward of 21.7. I haven't got a hope in hell that would have even got that far down. So I ain't got the hope for that 21.7. I just did it because I don't think Bitcoin's going to go to 8 grand. So that's like just a punt, just to see how far it actually was willing to go down. That's definitely not where I would have took profits if I was actually in this trade. But that was the moment I got in. I think it was one of these candles. It was that one, but when I actually set it up and I'd put the risk to reward box up, it slided and I just never put it back. But it lines up with one of these, especially on the break of it. And from there I was in profit, came down, little bit of drawdown, which I was kind of happy with that for drawdown, and then it tanked. But that's mine, and obviously I just did it to the next. Let's go a bit higher. There you go. I just did it to a stupid level. I don't even know what I was on. Probably crack cocaine when I actually put that up. Now, I don't know what I was on. I was probably on the daily or the weekly or something. Or I just had a laugh. I think I was just having a laugh. Yeah, definitely. I don't even though I've marked it all out, like I've marked it now, you're looking out on the monthly. I don't think that's going to even get that far, as in to this resistance line. Even though it's down, it's still kind of bullish. I don't know whether it's going to actually come up, turn around and then go back down again, or it's just going to get up here and just mess around and then drop. Over the bigger picture anyway, for the weekly, I won't have a clue. But it's looking alright though. It's rejected. It's come down. It's come up. Rejected. Tried again. Nope. little bit more, tried again, nope. Now we're a little bit higher. Still be waiting for a bearish drop before I'd enter anyway. If I was trading the weekly, I would have wanted a bit more of a rejection than that. If you could swap them candles over, I'd have took that trade. But this one, at the minute, it's still early. It's just over the weekend. So volume's low over the weekend. And that's when I placed a trade. And I hadn't actually done that bad, really. But looking at the weekly now, obviously it's the first day of the week. So this is the daily candle. Even though it was the weekly candle. There's the daily candle. And then when I said I was looking for a bearish candle, got in before it, but the bearish candle, that was quite nice. The level that we've at, fake out, tried, nope. So 1, 2, almost 3. But let's just count that as the third. And that as the rejection. So it's tried 3 times to get above here and failed, except for this one, which it didn't last that long. Only lasted 2, and on the third day. So 2.5 days. On the third day, it didn't hold. So long term, I want to know what on BTC, mate, at the minute, the way that it is, I won't actually be able to give you a prediction long term whether to hold that or not. So whether it's actually going to maybe try and come back to about... I don't think that it'll come back to any 65. I don't reckon it'll come back to any even number, 65.8. But I'd probably hold it until about 60, 67.5, or at least somewhere at the bottom of this candle, or coming into it. I'd be definitely trailing my stop. So maybe 67,500. But if I was in this trade now, I'm definitely not telling anyone that I ain't even gonna leave you like that. It's kind of silly. Because that'd be a 2.7. That's close enough. So what we at there? For BTC, 67, almost bang on the psychological 67. I'd be out before then. I wouldn't have faith that that was actually gonna hit the total too. So anywhere I'd be looking around about 69, 68. 69, 68. But if I was in this, I would be trailing my stop anyway. I would probably have smashed the stop here by now, thinking that it's probably not even going to get anywhere near 70 before turning back round and going back up. But even at 70, yeah, nah. It's more unpredictable these days than it was before. It was very predictable before. But yeah, now 70, let's just say 70. If it doesn't spike back up now. But like I said, my stop would be... Nope, can't get one of them out of there. That one ain't that big neither. My stop would literally on this trade be here right now. I'd be securing profits, and just to think that that's just gonna try and go for a bull run at that point now, because we're kind of at that level. Some days have been really bad and kind of good at the same time. It's just as soon as you're in it, what sort of days it going to have? Because they're kind of equal. It's not necessarily a true dirty great big bloody bear candle like these. I don't even think I'd have took the trade if it was that much of a bear candle. That's silly. But yeah, no, that's my trade. Does that look anything like yours, and have you been in as long? Like over the weekend? Friday is when I got in. Just before the weekend, I was probably bored because market closed or market wasn't doing that on a Friday. So I was looking for a weekend trade. But purely out of boredom. Let me go back. To show you the DAX didn't work out. Or it ain't working out. So there's some rather distressing drawdown for you to look at for a fake trade. Would have tapped me in and then took me straight to stop loss, possibly. Ain't there yet. Positive thinking. Blow the candle up. Get the pump out, start pumping it. But yeah, that's exactly how I would have played, especially on the close of that candle. So realistically, I probably would have seen it come up. We're probably in a bull trap. Let's see how good that actually plays out later on. I'm actually close to being took out of me Euro USD trade at trailing stop, which I ain't really necessarily bothered about because that's what it's there for. Let's close that. But I could have had £4. But it's coming back. And it's coming back deeper than what I'd probably have hoped. So it's either going to turn around again now, or I'm going to get stopped out for something like £1, 5p. Something like that. Can't even see that side of the screen. Got two screens and they're both sort of concaved. Don't know how to do with that angle on there. It's kind of like that. And I'm here looking at two screens that are on an angle. And they're reasonably big. So you've only just got in. On Buyers Traders saying he took it. Took it at 6 AM. And the trade is pure intraday. Yeah, it seems better. I have sort of longed and short Bitcoin more than intraday, and it used to pay off. But like I said, now the the market doesn't seem to be as cooperative, shall we say, than it used to be. You used to know that it was going up, and going down, it was going down. And like I said before, on one of the streams with Richard Butler, it was kind of easy to trade it because when it was going up, it really was going up. When it was going down, it was going down. And when it won, it was going sideways. But to be honest with you, you could even trade the sideways movements because the ups and downs in the chop on Bitcoin and some of the other altcoins, you could actually trade the sideways position as well and still earn a reasonable amount of money. So he was pretty much good all round in that market. But in the last few years, temperament in the market seems to have changed, especially coming down from all-time highs. Bitcoin's just kind of, well, tanked. So anyone that was buying the top, damn. I've told my story about Bitcoin and why I'm not a billionaire. It's depressing. So I'm not gonna go there, especially on a Monday morning, because I'll think about it all week. I think about it all the time actually now, but yeah. If you like again, you gotta just put it to the side, don't you, and claim that you win some and lose some. Unfortunately, in hindsight, even though I didn't take it and it was a miss out, if it was classed as a loss, it was a hell of a big one. Hell of a big one. Unbiased Trader is last 2 weeks, I've been hit hard. I mean, I've took months like that sometimes, but it's been not every day. But it's at the beginning of last year. It was the beginning of last year. Yeah. I just couldn't get my head above water in Forex. So I'm thinking back to as I was shouting out to Richard Wells and Will Davis. I nearly mixed them names up and called him Will Davis. Richard Davis. Damn. Yeah, Monday morning's not good for me. Who likes Mondays? But yeah, I've done that, and it's been for months. I've took about, in my main account, which I normally traded back then, because I didn't have any of these small accounts. I seem to have won 1, lost 2, then won 1 and lost 2, and then won 2, lost 1. But I was still down, if you know what I mean. I just couldn't seem to get my head above break even. And it was kind of depressing, because as you saw on the TradingView chart, and pretty much what I did with Sam last week on, it was UK 100, trades that sort of work. I know that I haven't worked yet, it's not there yet, but stuff like that I'd marked out and forgot about, and then I'd probably have the same on there, or have a long. But this is like Forex I'm talking about, not indices or stocks or anything like that. I'd have my pairs, I'd have them all marked out. I'd be doing that on a Sunday. Come Monday, I'd probably look at 1 or 2 and think, oh no, these are alright. But I've not got the big enough account to actually take a decent trade on every single one, and I'd probably marked out about 6 or 7 pairs. But if I had, the one that I took would have lost or stalled or even got out at just over break even, but all the rest of them would have won. And I'm like, why do I keep picking them? It's probably because it seemed to be promising on the takeoff, and then flopped, where the other ones were kind of stalling and then taking off later. So what I kind of started doing to the end of the year with Sam, like what I was talking about with Sam, was splitting my actual size up per trade and placing it on three or four pairs. And I found out that even I lost one, I won two. And as well as from trading oil, which actually brought me back, once I sort of got my eye in for oil as well. That's what took me, it was the oil that took me over break even, and it was the other trades, the winning two and losing one, that actually took me back to break even. And then as soon as I realised that I was kind of over break even and I was actually in some decent profit, that's when I sort of stopped for a while and just took a breath. I think I took about a week out the market, and opened another account, just so I could use that second account as my account that I wouldn't necessarily be too bothered about. It still had a decent amount of money in it, but it was like, if I place these trades, are these ones going to lose? Why are they going to lose? And and for that week I started analysing the trades that I was taking on the account that I was testing on, which is probably why I still necessarily call it my test account. And then I started ironing some of my faults out on there, and I took that into drawdown. It took me the best part of 3 months or something to actually get that back from drawdown, and that's not even touching my main account. So it took me about 3 months to get my head above water again on that, and it was that account that actually taught me where I was going wrong, what I was doing wrong, and taught me a bit better risk management. When I say a bit better, I kind of had it down, not to a T, but I had my risk management set. I just found myself drifting from it, thinking this is just like I was with oil, but oil was like, again, like Bitcoin back in the day. That was going down. It was going down when it was going up. It kind of just carried on going up. So I kind of found that sort of momentum and market movement easy. But when it starts chopping and going sideways, that's when that's when everyone gets chopped up, because you're like, oh, hey, my signal's here, bosh, and then it's just like straight to stop loss, and you're like, why did that happen? But it's just one of them things. It's just probably got caught in a range of its own. It wasn't even necessarily destined to actually go any further before it turned around to come back and try and test another major support, or even go back to test the support line that it either just broke, retested, and then it's probably coming back for another retest. So yeah, the market can do what it wants. All I'm just trying to do is get in the right direction and get out with as much as I can. Now this don't seem to be playing out too well. If I was in my main account, I may be letting that slide only because of the wicks, but I won't necessarily be on the 5 minutes in that account. On my test account, I'd probably be letting it slide, and I won't be too disappointed if I hit my stop loss, because probably what I would actually do now in seeing them wicks is I'll actually move it to there. So I'm gone from £1.5p to what looks like £1.50. That's kind of better better result. But I'd get out with something, and then I'd look for the next one, because that one had a bounce that I'd probably like to have took. I missed it here on the break, because I knew that sort of it was trying to come back and then go through because of the drop. But I had a bit more confidence in this, that it was actually going to fill, and it still might after it starts coming back and sort of playing games a little bit. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I can see that's coming back down now. So no matter what account I was in, even this one, I'm getting out to about £1.50, so I'm about 30p away from getting taken out. So whether I do or not, that's kind of just the way them trades go. They don't always play out. It'd have been nice, considering I'm kind of live streaming it, that it would have actually played out. Probably going to get people saying, why didn't you take the £4? It's £4. That's probably why I didn't take the £4. Now, if that had been £1,000 risk and it had been £400, I probably would have took the £400. Can't lie to you. I probably would have took the £400 at that point. But 1,000 risk, maybe not. Maybe 250. That would have been, the stop loss would have been about 250. Maybe that would have been 170. No, it would have been 270. Because that would have been 4, wouldn't it, at 2, and I'm at once. What's it at? 169. So yeah, 169. So it'd have been about maybe about £200, 250. At a 250 risk, because obviously at a 1 it would have been 250. But I can't bring that down. What time frame did I actually put that on? So what I don't like about these risk to reward boxes on, because I haven't locked it. It's only down. It's only on down. Look at it. Go to it and it just goes off. Playing games. There we go. There you go. Bosh. That was nearly a 1, so I was nearly right. It's about 250. If that was 250, that was 250. So yeah, it wouldn't have been a 1, so I wouldn't have actually got there. It was a 0.95. So I definitely probably would have got out at that point. So I'll leave that at 1.6. So yeah, this is playing out like I would have played it anyway. But yeah, it is a kind of depressing to see. Like I was mentioning to Sam yesterday, it'll come back, it'll tag me stop loss, take me out, and then that's it. It'll fly. It'll close the rest of that gap. But again, that's my strategy over account protection. So I'm probably looking after the account a little bit more than probably what I really should. Should let it have a little bit more room. Maybe left it at the 3 pips. But that's me, the way that I've actually started managing my big account. And this is why I'm managing the small accounts the same way. Because I'm falling into habit, not falling out of habit. Which, to me, is better than falling out of habit, because that's when you start like sort of losing. So what I'm doing is I'm just protecting the account from unnecessary drawdown to trades that are actually going to be going my way. So that's what I wrote into my rules. Everyone's rules are different. Most people, or some people, would have said I would have just left it, or I would have just made it just under break even. But I'm taking 150. It's an £154 account, so I've made, like Sam said, I actually it's 50%. It's a 50% gain on the account. Scott's keeping a track on how long it was, because I can't even remember when we started this. It was probably 3 weeks ago now? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Probably erring on the side of 3. And I've not took that many trades in this account, but in 3 weeks I've added 50%, which ain't that bad actually. So if you can do 50% a month on any account, you're flying. That's kind of a big, even if it was a month, I don't really know. I don't even know if Scott's still on, whether he can tell us whether it's been 2-3 weeks or something like that. There you go, and I'm out. But yeah, no, I'm gonna hazard a guess that it was about 3 weeks. So I've added just over 50% now in 3 weeks, and from now I'm going to let the bot trade. I didn't actually see what time that opened up. I think it was 8 o'clock. I may need to get the time adjusted because in the actual bot it does say 7. So I don't think it's either running on server time, which the server time is UK time, but it's just not lining up. But like I said, I've only just done this one over the weekend. This is its first day, and it's telling us it's not going to trade because of the location. The location's invalid. Participation's weak, and obviously you can see that. And it's telling us the overall direction's flat. Entry state's blocked. Waiting for the structure engine to build. That's alright. So it knows there's no there. And even I said there was no structure in the market. I mean, it's all structure, but there's no structure in the market anymore. So this is why Monday morning opened up and I'm like, yeah, well, there's no trades today. But I took one, and I took some at least. I'm not even going to boast that I took £1.50 out of the market. I'll probably give it back some and some. But yeah, no, on this account, that one actually a bad win. I wanted trail to stop any closer. Just to have squeezed a little bit more out, because I was hopeful that it probably would have actually closed that gap, or at least got back up to a resistance level up here, which should have given me a little bit more. I was going for about £7, 7.70, 7.60, something like that. I mean, I'm never one of them that was like, I'm going for 7.70, bang on. And I know I'm going for 7.70, bang on. And my stop loss is £4.10, bang on. I'm like, it's somewhere around there. I mean, my stop loss was £4 summit, but I ain't bothered about the summit because it's pence. So it was about £4.30, £4.32 to £7, 7.70, something like that. I mean, when the money starts getting a little bit bigger, the numbers are a bit more rounder. So it's easier to judge. But as in for the pence, I'm not really bothered about the pence. So I'd flat it out. Risk 4, win 7. Leave it at that. But I risked 4 and I won £1.50. Or should I actually flip it and say that I won 150? And again, neglect to mention the pence. So I won 150 today, but it was just in pence. But yeah, now these are small accounts. Me and Scott are kind of excited to have took this challenge on with each other, because now it shows not who's more disciplined or who's more risk taker, it's who can stay focused. Who can stay focused with a small account and not get frustrated in the wins and the losses, especially when the wins are like I've just shown you there. There's a £1.50 win. I'm still quite pleased that I've won Summit out the market, especially on that account, because it's took me up. Obviously, it took me up £1.50, but it's took me up instead of hitting stop loss and then I'm going, oh well, this account's slowly going down, but it's slowly going up, and if it slowly continues to go up, then I'm gonna be pleased, and I'm gonna know that I'm still doing what I should be doing within the market to actually still maintain a profit margin. Not a big one at that, but yeah, that actually helps you on your main trading strategy. It keeps you disciplined instead of taking bad habits over from a small account where you're risking 20% of the account just to try and flip the account faster. You're probably going to blow more accounts doing that than you are actually winning them. It's all good to see at the time, but then all of a sudden it just goes bang, and then that's it, it's gone. And you're like, huh? And that's probably one trade. You're probably taking 10 clean trades and you could probably still get wiped out in the one bad one because you're risking too much of the account. And I was still kind of risking more than 2%. About 2.2 to 2.4% on a 0.3 and a 155. So on 100 it'd be 2. I was risking 4. So that'd be 4% on an 100 account. But I've got 50 in front. So yeah, it'd be somewhere around about there. And again, that's not something that I get me head into, because it's just adding more complications into trading. Absolutely keep trading to its minimum and you'll do better. You start sort of adding this, saying this, making this happen, twisting that, adding this, lovely colours, all sorts of stuff, and tracking crap that you don't even need to concern yourself with, and you're still losing, and then you're still wondering why. It's like, whatever your trading strategy is, take it back to it bare bones and trade the bare bones, because that is the strategy. That's sort of the best advice I could probably give anyone that's struggling with a system with loads of bells and whistles and confirmations, and it's got to do this, got to do that, it's got to jump through hoops, do backflips, and wait till all the stars line up and the moon turns pink. So yeah, the best idea is in your strategy is absolutely strip everything back to its bare minimum and see if it still works. If it still works, or if it works, then you just leave it there. Just leave it there at its bare bones. Don't add anything else and just trade it like that. If it doesn't work after you've stripped everything away that don't work anyway, then you're probably going to need another system, or you're going to need to learn something else, because not every system fits every attitude or every person. Like support and resistance that I do may not suit somebody else. Don't want to keep picking on ICT, but there's loads of ICT sort of modules and stuff that people have pulled out of whatever is made up and made it work. I mean, yeah, great to them. They've actually made something that doesn't make sense work. Some of the time. I'm not saying you can't talk trading. I can't talk trading, but yeah, I can trade. But he can talk trading, and yet he admits that he can't trade. And he's made all sorts of concepts up that people have actually got working. So I mean that makes his students better than the teacher, because he's come up with the concepts and the pupils actually made it work. I don't know, is that insulting? That is insulting, isn't it? The teacher can't actually trade, but comes up with a concept that the students actually take on board and do quite well out of.